Aokiji and Doflamingo have a quick confrontation, and Momonosuke gets lucky with the Straw Hat Ladies, in my review of One Piece episode 625. This episode of One Piece was kind of like a hamburger from McDonald's. Like when you're really hungry, the first couple bites taste really good, but about halfway through you start to regret it a little bit, and by the time it's all finished, you feel a little unsatisfied, and that's the way this episode felt to me. It just really didn't do too much for me. There was some cool stuff, mostly in the beginning of the episode, getting to see the confrontation between Aokiji and Doflamingo where they were picking up from last week, and it was very quick, but very effective. I especially love like how quickly Aokiji was able to use his abilities, because Doflamingo really wastes no time in trying to kill Smoker. He immediately starts to attack him, and then Aokiji just freezes everything, and there's like this weird like blast radius that they pan out and show, and it looks really awesome. The entire ground is covered in ice, just everything is encased, and even Doflamingo gets trapped in the ice.
I was frozen today!
But Doflamingo's no slouch. He's a motherfucker who jumps through the air. He just shakes it off and breaks all of the ice off. But it is at this point that he decides he is not going to fight against Aokiji, and I'm guessing that's because he doesn't want to get his ass handed to him, because let's face it, Aokiji is awesome. He is one of the coolest characters in the series, no pun intended. The rest of the episode, however, is a lot of Straw Hat shenanigans, and I don't hate this stuff. I really don't. But a lot of this stuff just felt kind of fillerish to me, and most of it was actually Nami showing Momonosuke around the entire ship and just sort of giving him a grand tour. And intermixed between this, you get to see him meeting all the other Straw Hat members, having Sanji cook for him, meeting Chopper, who's wearing a mustache for some reason, which is pretty damn funny, and getting to see the Night Patrol with Usopp and Chopper, and they're all wearing like this samurai armor. There's a lot of just typical One Piece weirdness that will make for a few smiles and maybe a few laughs. But most of this is all build up as they're getting ready to head towards Dressrosa. And there's even a little bit of fan service sprinkled in at the end, with Momonosuke shamelessly getting to hang out with Robin and Nami in the bathhouse. Lucky bastard. At the end of the episode, an ominous, probably villainous character is introduced. Some guy with a top hat and a monocle, and that's when we get our classic to be continued screen and ending this week's episode, which, like I said, was pretty decent. And even though not that much happened, the episode went by pretty quickly, and a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that there is a 5-minute opening reminding you of the stuff that you saw in last week's episode. But still, this was an episode that, you know, wasn't meant to blow you away, just to sort of take a little break and a little breather before we start this brand new arc, which I think is probably going to be a filler arc. I think that's the word on the street right now. And, you know, I'm one of those people where I'm going to review every episode, so stick with me. If there's filler, I'm going to review it. I'm going to review everything that I see in the series, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, because anything can happen, and I don't read the manga, so I don't know if any of this stuff is filler, but I do know that they add a lot of extra things to almost every single episode of the series, and make some few minor alterations, but that doesn't really bug me too much. But still, I can't hate on this episode too much, because I gotta admit, there were a few times that I was laughing in the second half of the episode, and the first half just had that one little cool moment, but it wasn't a perfect episode, so I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10, and I'm being pretty nice with that one, and I'm mostly giving it a 7 because of that first part at the beginning with Aokiji and Doflamingo. This was a pretty so-so episode of One Piece, but it's your turn to chime in and let me know what you thought about it. Did you have any favorite moments, any cool action scenes you liked, any of the fan service stuff? Did you straight up just hate this episode? You can let me know with your comments below. Remember guys, before you leave, hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps us out so much. And you can see some of the other videos we have floating around up top. And subscribe, of course. So, I'll see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.